Am I live?
Yes.
Am I live? Can the audience hear me? Awesome. Well, then in that case, let me start by saying good morning. And thank everyone so much for being a part of our presentation today, how to get the scoop, qualify, make the most of your Platinum Top 50 application. I have prepared a presentation today. We're going to walk you everything from, kind of the start to what is Platinum Top 50, why we exist. I'm going to walk you through a resource center that we made that's full of all kinds of information related to the application and the point system. I'm going to walk you through some new consumer agent initiatives that we've put together and share some helpful hints for the application that hopefully will get you, your best chances when it comes to filling out the application. So there are some subtle nuances here and there and things that I'm going to shine some light on today. So I'm really excited. We have had such a wonderful reception to this program. We've got over 100 people registered and joining us. So thank you guys so much for taking an interest. The start of August always kicks off for us the application season, as we call it. And we feel like we're in a really great place to get ahead of it this year. And for the first time ever, host a live info session. One of the, benefits of COVID, if we're looking for a silver lining, is that we were able to adapt, and so were you. And so things like doing this virtually, we weren't doing a year ago. So we're able to really get the message out and inform more people now than we have in the past. So we have a great presentation. As you guys know, Platinum Top 50 as an organization is really underwritten through strategic business partnerships that we have. So we want to align ourselves and recognize top-notch agents. And we also want to align and recognize top-notch business partners because it's that symbiotic relationship between the business partners and the agents that really adds value to being a part of this network and getting to make meaningful connections outside of your office, not only with other agents, but with providers that can help you and your clients grow your business and get to that finish line. And one of those partners that we are very excited about is Perry Homes, such a wonderful builder in the San Antonio area that we brought on earlier this year. We've had a wonderful partnership. And so today's program is being underwritten, I should say, by Perry Homes. And so I would love to ask Miguel Gomez, he is the marketing manager for Perry Homes. Y'all, listen up. They have this awesome contest, if you will. Miguel will tell you more about it. Scavenger hunt going on in August for their community in Callison Ranch, which if you haven't been out to Callison Ranch, you need to go see it. And they are giving you now extra incentives in the month of August to go and see it. So Miguel, I'm going to turn this over to you, and please introduce yourselves to our audience and tell them about Callison Ranch and the scavenger hunt.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate you guys having us on this call here. So we're excited to announce an event in Callison Ranch. My name is Miguel, by the way. Like Amber mentioned, I am the marketing manager for the San Antonio division in Perry Homes. We were looking for a great way to adapt and make sure that we're following proper CDC guidelines, but still wanted to hold an event that could add value for our area agents. So we are actually kicking off a scavenger hunt starting next month. So what this event consists of is you can just go to our community or go to your local amenities around the community and snap a picture and hashtag Callison Scavenger Hunt, or you also have the option to like the Perry Homes and Callison Ranch Facebook page. And essentially each post that you submit is worth up to $1,000 BTSA towards the next sale in Callison Ranch, up to three posts. Now you can actually combine the 3 photos into one of your posts, and that would qualify you. So on top of that, everybody who participates in the scavenger hunt will be entered to win an air drone. So the DJI Mavic air drone, I looked at it myself, and it does film in 4K. So it's a really nice looking drone, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can probably use it for your business there. Plus, we have some goodies available for all the in-person appointments. But yeah, like Amber said, if you haven't stopped by Callison Ranch, we'd love to have you. There's a lot of cool stuff going on there right now. We have several new sections that just opened up. We have a 45, a 50, and a 60 product out there. So we should have something for the family that you're helping find their perfect dream home. There is an on-site elementary school, a brand new high school, Harlan High. I think it's only 2 years old. And there's a new middle school getting built just across the street. So that should be completed by next year. Also, something really exciting is we do have a brand new second amenity center, and we broke ground not too long ago, so it should be completed by next year. So yeah, stop by any of the sales offices, any of our model homes, and schedule your appointment. And we're virtual friendly. We're also seeing appointments in person. So just whatever you prefer, we'd love to have you guys.
So Miguel, it's hashtag. So if agents go out, and this is why I love this idea, because it's great content for your social pages too, right? Letting your network know that you're out and about, you're selling new construction, what you have that's ready to move in. So if agents go out to Callison Ranch and they hashtag Callison Ranch scavenger hunt, did I hear you right?
Yes.
Then they're entered into the contest, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and we'll send out more information as well. So if you take a picture in front of the new signage in front of the future amenity center site, that's a great shot. Maybe you can go take a trip to the Government Canyon and post that and just talk about the proximity to the community. Take a picture of any exterior model home that we have. Go inside the model home and take the picture of the beautiful kitchens that we offer. The sky's the limit. We're not gonna dictate what you have to take a picture of, but we just encourage that you all come out to the community and just see all the great homes and amenities and just the beautiful area around Callison Ranch.
Awesome. Thanks so much for clarifying that. And yeah, with inventory being so low and real estate so hot, it's great to know what kind of new construction, new developments, and new homes you guys have ready for move-in. So thanks, Miguel. Thank you to our friends at Perry Home. We feel privileged to be in partnership with such a respected builder at all of their communities across San Antonio. But today we just wanted to highlight this great promotion they have going on at Callison Ranch. So thank you, Miguel, and thank you to all of our friends at Perry Homes for bringing this to the agents today. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having us on.
Awesome. Okay, well, it is now time to get into the part of the presentation that we call Get the Scoop to qualify for Platinum Top 50. So I am going to do a screen share here. I've got a couple different windows. I'm going to walk you through a lot of different stuff. So bear with me here. Let me screen share. And I am first going to roll into this presentation. All right. So you guys are, close the message. Okay. And let me go to present. All right. So how to qualify and get the scoop. Here's a little bit of overview of what I'm going to talk to you about today, right? So how to Platinum Top 50. The first presentation I'll walk you through briefly really just covers what we are, the agent benefits, reason to apply. I'll go over the scoring, and then I'll follow that up with some helpful hints. And that's just kind of part one of this presentation. So next, let me pull up that presentation itself and make sure that you guys, Kelly, can you see that? Kelly's on the back end here, everyone. So she is making sure that everything looks good. So, all right, let's go full screen here. All right, can you guys, everyone seeing Reaching New Horizons? Yes, I hope so. If not, Kelly, buzz me in and let me know. All right, so starting with what is Platinum Top 50? So it is an industry organization for all agents in the industry, okay, that seeks to create meaningful relationships in real estate. And I say all agents because one part of Platinum Top 50 is the actual award program that we oversee, the recognition program. But that's just one part of what we do, right? Throughout the entire year, 12 months out of the year, we are hosting events, whether it's a private event or it's a big public event like this one. We are finding ways to make meaningful connections in real estate. And for us, those connections really cross a couple of channels. So we work diligently to create meaningful relationships between agent and affiliate partners, right? For example, right, Perry Homes, right? Making sure that the agents know who's on the marketing, they know the sales, they know the title companies that we partner with. So aligning yourselves with our affiliates is one relationship, because no agent gets to the top on their own, right? It is all about the people that you surround yourself with. So next to that is the agent to agent relationship. Connecting with, all right, am I getting a little, this is perfect.
Hi,
I love
everybody.
it. So you guys all should know Ashton by now. She was working in the other office, but she's come in to help me troubleshoot this.
To save the day.
So yeah, which is great.
So this is what they're seeing right now.
Yes.
So we're gonna just hi.
There you go.
So we're gonna share again.
We're gonna go to that one.
There we go.
Okay, awesome.
There we go, team.
So we're back on track now. Until I have to go to the next screen. So maybe you just want to come hang out in here for a while. Yeah. So creating meaningful connections, agent to agent, right? We want to help further those relationships with agents outside your brokerage, because we know that helps get the deals done sometime. We've had agents say before, if it's a multiple offer situation and I don't know any of the other agents, on the other side, but one of them's a Platinum Top 50, I will give that more consideration. Right? I will take that consideration to the sellers because I know the quality of agent and the professional that I'm working with on the other side. And then agent to consumer. So at the end of the day, yes, we also work very diligently behind the scenes to make sure that the agents that go through our recognition program, those that qualify, that we are able to connect them to consumers. And we have several ways we're doing that, some new ways that we're doing that I'll walk you through later. So agent to partner, again, right, through our events, we want to make those meaningful relationships because you don't get to the finish line on your own. And we know that if we can surround you with great people, whether it's a mover, a stager, an inspector, a lender, a builder, that you will be more successful. And it always is nice when you know that you can pick up the phone and dial into that business owner, right? Agent to agent, again, right? Meaningful relationships with agents outside of your brokerage, because that just also creates for a more enjoyable profession and experience, not to mention the peer-to-peer education that we really look to put on. So whether it's 15 by 30 or it's a private lunch for our members that we're hosting, being able to have that information exchange in a peer-to-peer format is super valuable. And agent to consumer. So certainly there's searchable profiles on our website. I'll walk you through that in a little bit. And also all of our agents have the opportunity to be part of our consumer directory. We partner with the publishers of San Antonio Magazine. This goes out to 55,000 people 2 times a year. Right now, this agent profile part is actually in the San Antonio Magazine at like point of purchase at HEBs, for example. If you were to go flip through, our agents are profiled in there. And so let's talk about the awards, right? Why someone would apply. I've already touched on a lot of those, right? Invitations to year-round events, opportunity to be included in some of our consumer outreaches, free profile on our site. We also give you tools to help you identify yourself as a Platinum Top 50 agent that can be advantageous in marketing. We do a lot of social shares on social media to, again, just letting your network know that you're a part of this organization. About our program, so we annually recognize 50 agents. We have, approximately usually just over 500 that apply. The applications open August 1st, close August 31st, so you have a full month, and then our winners are announced in December. So let's talk through the scoring criteria, because this really is the difference maker, right? This is how agents apply. This is how understanding the scoring criteria sets you up for optimal success, right? Because it is on a point scale system. And so if you leave things off your application, you're missing out on points, and those points are what ultimately gets you to qualify as a finalist or a winner. So let's start off with the biggest chunk, okay? If you want to imagine like an upside down triangle, right? Upside down triangle, sales is going to be the biggest part to this. So 60% of your score comes from sales. Here's what I want you to know. We get that from your broker. So as the agent, we want to make this as easy for you as possible. So we get that from your broker after applications close. So for everyone that fills out an application by August 31st, first part of September, we're going behind the scenes to get that sales production that you need to finish out the application. But you don't have to worry about it because that would be very time consuming and annoying. And we know that, and we want to make it easy on you. Let's talk about the next biggest piece of the pie, if you will, which is community involvement. So this is everything that you are doing outside of your office that helps the community. So everything from HOAs, PTA, Junior League, alumni associations. It is, galas that you go to that support the zoo. It could be donations you make to San Antonio Pets Alive. All of this is in community involvement. And being that it's 25%, this has a very big weight. Okay, so here's how the point system breaks out. It's on a scale, and it's 1 point if you donate between $1 to $500, or if you volunteer 1 to 8 hours. And you can see my screen and read through the range to get 2 points or the range to get 3 points, which is the maximum. Here's what you need to know about community involvement. You are allowed to list any one organization twice, and you get credit for the money you donated as well as the time that you volunteered. So for example, I was on the board of directors for SA 2020, a local nonprofit. I would list SA 2020 as the organization. I would find that I donated over $1,000 last year. So I would list my donation amount. That would get me 3 points. Then on the next line, I would list SA 2020 again, and I would list the number of hours I volunteered. So at a maximum for any one organization, you can get 6 points, okay? So that makes sense. But you can't go and list the organization 3 times and say, I was on the membership committee, I donated, I attended a fun run, right? So any one organization gets listed twice for a max of 6 points. Industry participation. This is industry organization. So anything from NAR, TR, or your local association goes under industry participation. So if you are on presumably you're all members of SABOR, which is TAR, NAR, so you would list each one of those organizations and earn 1 point for being a member of each of those. You might also, though, be a part of TRLP or GRI Society. All of those become industry organizations. Now note, something new that was added last year to industry participation is that you can also include the number of Platinum Top 50 events that you have attended, okay? This is an event. It's an online event, okay? So whether it's an award ceremony, a builder event, a roundtable, 15 by 30, take your pick. We do like 60 events a year in San Antonio. So 1 to 4 events is 1 point, 5 to 8 is 2, and then anything more than 8 would be that max out for 3 points. And designations are straightforward. That's designations and certifications, again, as recognized by NAR, TR, or your local association. So that is kind of some covers the scoring. I've got some more tips I'll share with you in a minute as related to that, but that's your general overview. What about teams? So I put this slide in here because that's probably our most asked kind of question. And so you can see this. I'll share this presentation with you in the follow-up when we send you some of that Perry Holmes information as well. So what about teams? Well, individuals and teams compete head-to-head. Well, how do they do that, right? Well, an application is filled out by one person on the team, usually the team lead. So if you are one person on the team is filling this out, that does not mean that you combine designations or community involvement for everybody on the team. No, it's for the one person that's filling it out. And we have some kind of protocols in line to make sure that that's happening. So it's filled out for one person. And then the sum of the production that we get is divided out by the number of qualified team members. So if we get production of 22 million and 100 units, I'll use round numbers so my math doesn't make me look like an idiot. So 22 million and 100 units with a team of 2, then that person's application would be listed at 11 million and 50 units. Okay, teams of 3 divided by 3. We have teams of 7 and 8 applying, and their production is divided out accordingly. So that's it on teams. Again, more to come. What you really want to know, though, for teams, and I'll show you, we have a very robust definition of what a team member is. Everybody has a different definition, okay? Keller Williams has a definition. The Business Journal has one. Last year, we came up with what is the Platinum Top 50 definition of a team member. So as you're filling out the application and you're thinking about your employees or people that work alongside you, you can easily know should you add them or not. And I'll show you where that resource is later. So helpful tips, right? Plans to apply, applications open, ask for help. On our site, we have all of our affiliate partners listed. Most of them have gone through training to really know the ins and outs. And so ask one of them, go to our site, connect with one of them to help you fill out that application because they also have some great information that they can share. And again, the timeline, August 1st, it opens, closes the 31st. October 15th is when we announce the semifinalists. So that's all 175 that qualify for membership next year. And then in December, we actually will announce who the 50 winners are. So we keep it kind of a secret until that award ceremony. But very important for me is that everyone understands we work really hard to make sure that all 175 semifinalists, the agents that qualify, that they receive comparable value in terms of the benefits. We don't do much differentiating between winner and finalist by design. Sometimes it's just a point here or there that makes a difference. But we want all of our 175 qualifiers, they're all invited to the same private events. They all have access to the same resources. We don't differentiate in here who's a winner or finalist, right? Everyone has a little character box where if they want to fill that in, they can. But so we want this program to be one that the benefits are received from all that are involved. Okay, so it's time to roll into the second part of our program. And I'm going to take y'all back to, all right, Ashton's coming in all right, so stop sharing. Oh, hide. Okay, now take me over. Yeah.
I want to come back. Hi,
okay,
guys.
hey, we're back.
This is a fun little intro here. Get her all set up, and now we can present this.
Awesome. And then then when I want to go back to this, then they'll see that full screen, right?
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so good thing we're here for the rest of the presentation, so the hard part's over. All right, so I want to walk you guys through a resource that we have, which is we basically set up, separate from our website, a one-stop shop place where agents can go for information on applying. And it is, as you can see, apply.platinumtop50.com. And I want to walk you through that so you know how to make the most. Okay, so this is it. All right, here we go, full screen. We're good to go. All right, so super easy. I've covered a lot of this. What is Platinum Top 50? What are some of the benefits, right? You've profiled on our website, invitation to exclusive events, FAQs. These are kind of the most frequently asked questions. Here is some of our application. Again, already went over that. But here's what I want to spotlight for you. This button down here for additional info is, lo and behold, it's a Dropbox folder that we created that's filled with even more information. So if you want specifics on teams, bam, got you a flyer right there. If you want more information on our scoring breakdown, there you go. The ones I want to point out to you, though, are the special category awards, but also this agent report, okay? So something new that we put out last year, or this year rather, at the awards ceremony, I mentioned that we were working on a report that we could give to everyone who applied that would show them where they ranked within the categories. Okay, so I wanted to create an at a glance. So if I applied and maybe was a finalist, I could know at a glance why I was a finalist and which kind of area I needed to maybe improve on if I wanted to reach that winner. Because I don't know about you, but I always find it frustrating when I apply for something that I want and then I don't get feedback on what I need to do next. And I didn't want that for our program. So bam, here you go. This is what that report looks like. For everyone on this call that applied last year, this was emailed to you approximately 2 weeks ago. If you I know you're busy. If you saw it and opened it and didn't get to it, know this. It came from the email address awards@platinumtop50.com. So don't go search your inbox for something from me or from Kelly or from Ashton. It came from awards@platinumtop50. But this is what it looks like, okay? So this is just a sample. You can see it shows that this person applied as a team of one. They're classified as an individual. They were a finalist. And here's how they kind of fared in the categories in relation to the average winner. Now, keep in mind, an average is an average. There is a top and there is a bottom. This is in the middle, okay? But this person at a glance can see that their production of 7 million was considerably under the average winner, okay? And the same with their units, because those are both considered in production. They can also see at a glance that their score of 33 points in community was above average, and how their designation fared. Every report is different, and it's really interesting to see the reports where folks had above average production, but they were well below on community. And that is ultimately what kept them out of the winner ranking, was how they fared on that application part. So that's one resource that's new. If you've applied, search your inbox, find that. It's designed to be a guide and a useful tool to help you kind of navigate how you're going to apply for, fill out your application in August. So that's one. I also want to direct you back to, let's go back here, special categories. So we've had a lot of people, specifically newcomer of the year, partner of the year, executive of the year. All of the nuts and bolts and how you apply is all in here. That's done through a nominating letter. We really don't start seeking those out until after the applications close in August. But for newcomers, know that this year you're being asked to fill out the application as well as provide that nominating letter from your brokerage. So that's always helpful. We have a lot of people ask us about newcomer of the year. And then for any partners that are on the call, the presentation I just went over, it's in here as well. So how to PT50. So if you want to start sharing this with agents, maybe getting on calls with teams or partners or brokerages that you work with, we have that presentation in here for you to use as well. Okay, so let me go back to, I've gone over the, let's see, let me view this. Gone over the Resource Center. This is where you go to apply. So let's go over some helpful hints, okay? Because this is where 9 out of 10 times when someone applies and they fall short, say maybe they are finalists, but there's someone in their office that was a winner, but they have less production than them. How can that be? Okay, it usually comes back to they didn't fill out their application as well as they could have. And so here's some tips, okay? Most importantly, keep in mind that the time frame for this application is September 1st through the end of August. So you need to be thinking about PT50 events that you went to third or fourth quarter of last year. Our award ceremony is, obviously one, right? Go back and do a calendar audit. You also need to think of industry organizations that you were a part of last year. But also when it comes to community, that's where it's like people usually forget about what they did during the holidays, which is a big time for giving of your time and your money. So you want to go back and audit your calendar for community involvement, industry involvement, PT50 events from September 1st of last year through August 31st of this year. Okay, so that's my first helpful hint, where usually people leave things off because they just started in their mind with January. Okay, so this next bullet, I'm kind of pulling my cursor, has to do with teams. And this is in that long PDF that I showed you specific to teams. It's in there, but sometimes you guys kind of glaze over these things. And so helpful hint, take note, okay? Team member hire start date also falls in line with this time frame of September 1st through the end of August. So what I mean is that if you are filling out the application and you are a team, you working alongside 2 or 3 other people or more, for them to qualify as a team member, in other words, for you to list that person on your application, they need to have been with your organization from September 1st of last year, starting through the end of August. So if you brought on a buyer's agent in October, will you list them on your application? No, because they weren't with you for the full duration of that Platinum Top 50 year. Okay, so if you brought anyone on new, anytime after September through the end of August, they do not go on your application because they haven't been with you for that full year. Now, you will get credit for any production that they bring in, but you will not be dividing your production by them. Last year, when we went to rewrite this, this was a great roundtable conversation with several brokers in town that joined us to make sure that we were getting this right. And the reason why we decided that this individual wouldn't count as a team member, but you would get to count their production, we realized that's an investment into somebody, right? You bring someone into your organization, it takes time to onboard them, to train them, to show them your scripts, how you approach listings. Like, you're investing into that person. Therefore, you deserve to get credit for things they sell under you. But the learning curve hasn't caught up to where it's expected that it's quite divided out by 2, okay? So that's kind of a little back history, helpful hint. Again, it's in that PDF, but that's one thing that I saw, at least 5 calls I had last year, where in some cases people had won 6 years in a row and didn't win last year. Well, their biggest mistake was they listed themselves as a team of 5, but only 3 of those people actually should have been listed as a team. So their production was divided by 5 when it should have been divided by 3. And that is where knowing this stuff heading into the application sets you up for success, okay? So that's my helpful hint on the time frame. Community involvement, I already touched on it. Remember, it's money and time, okay? So you can list any organization twice and get maximum points for the money you contributed as well as the time. And look, I am here to say that, like, some years I'm in a better position to give more money. Some years I'm in a better position to give more time. We want to recognize both of those, because I like to think that the collective sum of a lot of little actions means something big. It drives big impact in our community. And so as you're going through your application, when it comes time to the community page, there's 15 fields that you can fill out, a maximum of 15 organizations. Prioritize on there the things that you're most involved in, the ones that you gave the most to, and then work backwards. Also, when it comes to community involvement, keep in mind, again, the time frame of what this is. And so if you're filling out this application and say you're stuck at 12, you've audited your calendar, you looked at your tax return for donations, and you've got 12. Well, helpful hint, it's totally fine to open up your browser, find some local organizations. Food bank right now is I don't know, I was going to say starving, but I mean, really, right? I mean, there's so many organizations that need our help right now. Open up your browser, make some online donations, come back to that application and get the points for making those, right? So that's legal, if you will, right? That's just common sense, but it's something that people sometimes forget that they can do. And then my next helpful hint is start your application now. When they open on the 1st, they're not up yet. Work through it, save it, and come back to it. If you wait until the last week, which, like, guilty as charged, that's totally my jam. I am the biggest procrastinator you will find. But if you do that, chances are you're going to leave something off. And I don't want you to do that. So I would like to encourage you to start it, save it, return back to it. Okay, now I want to walk you through our website. we have a new one that is launching, what, Ashton, in couple days, couple weeks. I mean, it's awesome. And that is our continued effort to making sure that we are helping to connect consumers to agents. So we have a new one launching soon, but I'm going to walk you through our existing one because there's some helpful tools on there that I want you to know. So here we go. All right, so this is our website, platinumtop50.com. This is where you'll apply. See that apply, but it's not activated yet, so don't go do it now. Website. So I mentioned earlier that connecting agents to consumers is a high priority relationship for Platinum Top 50. One of the ways we do that is through our website. So for everyone who qualifies, consumers can go and browse our current list of winners, and voila, these folks populate. Winners and finalists. What you put on your application is what goes onto this profile. Okay, so don't give it like a spam email address because consumers won't be able to get in touch with you, or a really bad picture. I won't scroll through and show you some, but this is all of that information on your application goes onto your profile. And that also quite honestly helps keep things transparent. Like, I would not bet my professional reputation that I would go and fib or fudge about organizations that I'm involved to if it was out there for public display. So we like kind of that transparency. Also, helpful hint, go through and click on some of these profiles. It's really easy to see the difference between winners and finalists when you start to look at the organizations they're a part of, the designations they have, what service organizations they listed that they're a part of. So go and do a little snooping around, right, and see what these winners are. But I digress. My favorite part about this is that consumers can come here and search through all of these profiles using these search buttons, right? So most commonly we know is neighborhoods. So if I just want to see who's Alamo Heights, it's just these folks, right? I don't have to look through every application to find my match. This is how we know consumers are using our platform to connect with the agents that best suit their needs. They can go through and search years experience and other things as well. But know that as you're filling out your application, you will have an opportunity to select up to 5 neighborhoods, and that's what this kind of correlates to. So the 5 that you pick relate to the search that you have. So let's go see, I don't know, just for giggles, who did Menke Park? See only 3. So that's where I say go and do a little research. Helpful hint, I don't know, I might want to roll the dice and be one of 3 in Menke Park, then say, let's see, Almost probably has, Almost only has 7 versus like Stone Oak, for example, which has lots, right? So go through and look through some of that. Next step when it comes to the website, I mentioned agents have the opportunity as an option, like to buy into, to be a part of our member directory that goes through and is distributed through San Antonio Magazine twice in terms of print. But we're not dummies over here, right? We want to give that some shelf life. So we have a digital version that lives on our website that folks can connect through and link up directly with the profiles of our agents. So, right, see, it links directly to them. So that's something else I wanted to share with you. Mark on your calendars, August 12th. It will be a webinar like this, but Ashton, who is clearly more qualified than I am, will be giving that presentation, and she's actually walking through page by page of the application. And she has even more kind of like little, tips, tricks, things to know. For example, like I mentioned just a moment ago about the neighborhoods, right? The selection there. Things like that she'll be talking about that relate to the application. So mark August 12th on that because it's a great presentation that she's put together. Okay, so also I mentioned a helpful hint was phone a friend. Call up some of our affiliate partners. Ask them if they've gone through private training. I hosted webinars or private meetings just for them. So browse our affiliate list. You can go and see who we partner with. Also, if sometimes you just want to say, shoot, I really need a home stager or I really need a home warranty company, come and look at our partners. We have certainly vetted them to be at the highest quality. And last but not least over her, at the bottom, we have award program FAQs. And this is specific to what we're talking about today. And this is way more detailed than the Dropbox folder I shared with you that has a lot of shareables like specific to a topic. So if you can't find your question in this FAQs, then I don't know if I have an answer for it. So know that this is a great resource for you. And the way that you get there is if you're on the home page, scroll to the bottom for the award program FAQs. Okay, awesome. Moving right along. Again, I've got plenty of time for Q&A. So kind of the last thing that I wanted to share with you, go back over her, present. Our website, so we talked about where you apply, the tools for consumers, our FAQs and partner search. So very, very exciting. A new initiative that we launched this year was awardwinningagents.com. So what you're looking at right now is a series of placement ads. These are internet ads that we've put either through social media, we're pumping money behind these, or through online search. So things like looking to move, connect with an award-winning agent in San Antonio, and they click over to find my agent. This is new for us. And I love that domain, awardwinningagents.com, because like some of our ads say, not all agents are created equal, right? Find your award-winning agent here. So we're running those currently. In fact, our members that opted into the directory just received an email yesterday, or maybe it's going out today, where we're showing them kind of the first round of click-throughs and what some of our spend is doing. So it's getting a lot of great traction. And that actually in real life looks like this. Okay, so when the consumers click on that ad and they are looking for an agent, they give us this info in an email, and then they can download the directory, right? And so this is just something that we are continuing to develop because, as I already said, connecting agents with consumers is a very important part to our program and something that we are working hard on. So, all right, Ashton, if you can help me bring back up Q&A. I mean, I think I know how, but let's make sure that I do this right because I want to make sure that I get questions asked. So, all right. Here we go, folks. Close it.
I just like to feel important.
Yeah. All right. Now look, here we go. 3 questions. Perfect. I love this. Keep them coming. So Brenda Mullen. Okay, let's see. Is it better to apply as a team if your production goes under the team leader? It sounds as though production is diminished since it's divided. So if you are on a team, you are required to apply as a team. Right? You share a lot of resources, you share marketing dollars. There's a lot that comes into this. We went around that topic with our brokers many times to say, well, let's think this through, right? If I'm on a team, but my other team members are underperforming to my individual production, should they be allowed to apply as an individual and just count their work? And it's a really good question, and one that, like I said, we were very thoughtful in coming to the decisions. And ultimately, it came to when you start to look at the resources you share, whether it's help me with this, the marketing dollars, you're marketing yourself as a team, that has value to it also, that if you are a team, you in fact have to apply as a team. And some of our kind of like fact check or, not fact check, but like checks and balances to make sure that this is accurately reported. So as an agent, if you list on your application that you're a team of 3, when we send your broker the production sheet to fill out, there is a spot for them to fill out the number of agents that are contributing to that production number, right? And so if you have a team of 3 and your production sheet from your broker comes back with 4, well, then we get the parties on an email to say, okay, hey, let's talk through this, right? Because there's a couple things that could have happened. Either you filled it out right and this person started in November, and so you only listed 3, but your accounting has 4. Perfect, great. Application was filled out right. Team of 3, that production, even though there's 4 people that contributed, production is divided by 3. But sometimes it comes back that someone listed themselves as a team of 3 when in fact, it is a team of 4. So that's kind of our process. if you go through though, Brenda, so this is a helpful hint here, go to that resource center, open up the PDF specific to teams, because that has a very thorough, like 3-paragraph sequence you can take yourself through to identify if they're a team or not. So it's not just about the time frame. That's one criteria. But it also has to do with their role in the company. And our definition of team limits it to those that are actively involved in the sales process, regardless if they're a paid employee or they're a contractor, regardless if they work for you 10 hours a week or 80 hours a week, okay? But it tells you that. So I say this because as a part of our diligence last year, when we were kind of updating our criteria, we had a couple of focus groups. And I assembled them, but I didn't attend them. So there was like no bias. It was all like set up right the way focus group should. But what came from that, as many of you probably can see in your business, is that almost everybody seemed to grow their team in the same way, which was, I'm an individual agent. I've got more business than I can have. I'm going to bring somebody else on to help me with sales. Okay. So I'm a team of 2. Almost always through our focus groups, after after you grew to 2, almost everyone, their third hire was someone in a office management position, right? Someone to do the back end, not sales. You've got 2 fully capable, functioning, highly high profile agents selling. Now you need someone to help with everything else, the marketing, the contracts, the back end, the website updates, all that stuff. That person in that role does not count as a team member because of the function, the role they play within that business. So we really make it specific to those that are contributing to sales, whether it's outside, inside, full-time, part-time, et cetera. So I hope that helps. It's an awesome question. It's one we get all the time. But if you are, in fact, marketing yourself as a team, if you're organized and set up as a team, you need to apply as a team. Okay, so Ken Davis. Hey, Ken. I don't know if you guys can see this, so I'm just going to read them anyways. He says, I did not track all the PT50 events. Do you happen to know which ones we have registered for or attended? Good question. We get this all the time, and we can tell you some, okay? So we have spent a full year doing tremendous amount of under the hood work. New CRM software, new application software, new website, award-winning agents, right? And so through our new CRM, if you've registered for any of these online events, we can track that. We have that recorded. We can send that to you. And in the future, we will be having iPads at our, offline events, whenever that will be. So we can send you that report, right? No more check-in with drop your business card or check-in on a spreadsheet, right? So we have limited, we can send you all the online events that you've registered for, as well as we can put together, and I know Kelly has it because someone's already been asking for it, a list of like the events that we did September, October, November last year. So that will probably jog your mind like, oh yeah, I did go to the award ceremony. Oh yeah, I did go to Rappy Hour with Independence Title. Oh yeah, I did do that. So we'll work to get those out to you. So great question. Thank you for asking. Okay, so Alicia, do the designations you hold count or only the year obtained? So great question. And the answer is the ones that you have. So that is, I guess I should add that as a helpful hint, right? To increase your chances year after year. If you have a designation and you maintain that membership, you maintain what it means to have the designation, you list that every year that you apply, right? So if you obtained a designation in October of last year, or if you're getting it August of this year, and I know our education partners over at Champion School of Real Estate have some designation classes that can still get you points, you add that every year. So great question, and one that we get often. So, all right, that's it as far as the questions I have now, but I find that hard to believe. So if you have some, I'll just like stall and give it a few more minutes, since we've got 9 more minutes on the call. But truthfully though, through the more information, the resource center at apply.platinumtop50.com is a great resource. Even more in depth with points and does this count, doesn't this, would be the FAQs on the website. hidden kind of at the bottom of the website. So find those there. And those are hopefully robust enough to answer most of what I haven't covered today. So I hope that was helpful. Again, remember August 12th, Ashton will be taking you through an online actual application. So I would encourage you to register for that. And we are all ears, y'all. We are here to help you, to serve you, to recognize you. It gives us immense satisfaction when an agent writes in to say, I just left a listing presentation. And when I asked them, how did they get my information? They mentioned PT50. That like puts our heart on fire. That's what we're here to do. And the same with our vendor partners, right? Our business partners. When they pick up a new agent that they start working with, that is what we're here to do. And so thank you all so much for taking an interest in that, for wanting to be a part of Platinum Top 50. We have so many exciting things coming up. Like I mentioned the new website. I mentioned continuing to develop awardwinningagents.com to get our agents even more connected with consumers. I honestly do believe that 2021 is going to be the best year yet for us. And so I do hope that all of you will start your application, save it, come back to it, and apply by August 31st. Pat King, what time is the seminar? It's on our website, but it's at 10. Yeah, we found this time to be most accommodating for our audience. So it'll be at 10 o'clock as well. Okay, Whitney has a question. With volunteering, she says, I collect donations and children toys and separate and store and make boxes whereas needed in San Antonio to deliver to nonprofits. How do I calculate that? Because I give so many places. So you really want to look at the sum of the hours, okay? And so this is where if you are volunteering, if you are going to, Haven for Hope, I'm making this up, with boxes of, shampoos and other things that you've given, right? If you're going to Haven for Hope every month, and that's 2 hours that you're going there, spending, meeting with people, write Haven for Hope and list 17 hours, right? If you're doing that for multiple organizations, that's probably how you want to fill it out best. But if it's really once a year, I send it to them, it's probably more advantageous to list, and it's only one organization that is, then you would list what you do and give us a description. On the community, there is a fill in the blank box where you give us a description. So that's where you tell us like what you've been doing for these hours. Again, so we can spot check, make sure that it's filled out appropriately. So that's where you would go on. So if you're delivering to multiple organizations many times a year, the suggestion would be to list each of those organizations for the time commitment that you do, knowing that 17 or more hours is the most that you can do. Okay, it's monthly or multiple times a month, but the clarification helps. Awesome, good. That's what we're here for. When will the new website be live? 3 to 4 weeks, I would say. But again, that's why apply.platinumtop50 is up, to be your resource center for everything you need in August as related to the application and the points. So I hope that's helpful. Okay, some more questions have come in. Awesome. Quick question. For the donations, does all of last year count or only for the PT50? No. For donations, it is September 1st through the end of August. So anything you did, Thanksgiving time, holiday time, maybe you volunteered, sometime in September, all of that goes on the application. Okay, so it's our fiscal year, September 1 through the end of August. So keep that in mind. Ken Davis. So one more question. When broker submits our numbers, do we still get an opportunity to confirm as we did the year before? Yes. So what Ken's referring to is another kind of internal checks and balance that we have in place, which is to say that before we go on and we've gathered all the application information, we've gathered all the production information, and we go to combine those in our software, then you get a chance. We say, okay, Ken, we have as supplied by your broker, 12,365,042 units. If that's not correct, give us a chance. And so that's our way to say, if you have moved brokerages maybe through the year and we don't know, and that production comes back and you're like, whoa, 7 million. No. I should be like 14. You let us know. Now we know that we need to go. Who do we need to coordinate to get that? So yes. And Ashton just scribbled a note for me. So I'm going to read it. Testing auto email to the applicant. Okay.
Yeah. So the production will come once your broker submits it in their portal.
Yeah.
It'll trigger off an auto email to you, Ken, that says your production's been submitted. It's this number, and then you have the opportunity to
contest it or
confirm.
Perfect. So the new application software that we implemented last year, we've set it up this year. Your brokers have like their own profile and portal. So our just information sharing has really streamlined. And as soon as they put that production in there, it's triggered to send you an email to verify. So it's automatically set up through the software, which is why we've invested thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into developing. But it's for good reason. And the fact that it auto does that, really streamlines things for us and for you too. So that's awesome. A couple years ago, you said 2020 organizations would double. Is that still the case? Nope, that's not the case. We took that away, I think, when we brought out the new applications last year. Okay, so Xana's got one. In regards to the time donation, 17 hours total or 17 hours per institution? So per institution. So let's just say, for example, you volunteer at San Antonio Pets Alive and you go there once a month and 2 hours. Okay, you're going to list that organization and you'll list 17 plus hours. That will get you 3 points. Then on the next field, you might list American Heart Association. I'm just making these up. And if you volunteered there 5 hours, you just did a half day once back in November, you would list that and you would say 5 hours and you would get 2 points for that. So you keep going through all 15 organizations to list either time or money, 17 being the maximum for any one organization. So that really covers people that are highly involved in organizations, whether it's through like a board of director position or it's just something you're really passionate about. So I hope that helps. All right, y'all. Well, this has been fun. Again, we are so excited to kick off the application. We've added some new things to page 1 of it. Ashton will walk you through this, but things like area of expertise. So again, we can continue to refine that search consumers use. So if someone is an expert in new construction and they sell a ton of Perry homes, consumers could find that person, or land and ranch, or old historic homes, or downtown, or a certain price range. So lots of really new, great enhancements to come to the application that all are designed to help our consumers find, connect with the agent that best meets their needs, which really is all Platinum Top 50 agents because they're all superstars and super sellers. So you guys, this has been awesome. I'm truly humbled. We have 117 people like on the call right now, which is awesome. So thank y'all so much. It is the agents who are the lifeline, the bloodline of Platinum Top 50. They make this organization look good. So to anybody out there who has ever attended our event, to those that have applied and qualified and you represent Platinum Top 50 in your community or at your brokerage, thank you for the work you're doing. Because not all agents are created equal, but all of you guys are at the cream of the crop. And so we just thank you for the professionalism that you bring and the reflection you put back on our organization. So that is it from me, guys. I'm parched. I'm going to drink my cold coffee now and maybe grab a glass of water. But check out those resources. Mark your calendars. August 1st, they open. They close August 31st. And we just appreciate you. And please know, too, we cannot wait to get offline and see you guys as well. But in the meantime, this has been a great avenue to stay connected. And just one more bug in your ear, shameless plug, but for real though, August 20th, I think, 20th, Comedy for a Cause. So we are raising money for the San Antonio Food Bank through an online comedy show. It's going to be live. I'll be live with some acts. I'm not going to tell you who we're roasting yet, but just wait until you find out because you will want to tune in and watch this. So we'll have some live act comedy some stand-up, a roast of someone, high profile. But we've also filmed a lot of funny stuff over the past couple of weeks that we're turning into great comedy sketches for online. So join us for Comedy for a Cause. The food bank needs our money. Last year, we raised $20,000 at this event, and we are hoping to get close to that number again. So mark your calendar, plan to join us. Hey, now if you make a donation, right, you get to count that on your application. Plus, you get the points for joining Platinum Top 50 at that event. And it is in August, so you can put it on your application before you submit it by the 31st. So thank you guys all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you to Perry Homes for your partnership. And guys, check your inbox for some of the follow-up material we'll be sending you from both Perry and Platinum Top 50. So that is it. Ashton, thank you for the technical assistance. Kelly, thanks for coordinating all of this on the back end. She's back there somewhere listening. And we will see you guys. So until then, take care, be safe, and thanks again. Bye.